Why the fuck does Reddit have followers?
So that people who do porn, you can follow them and stay updated with their new porn.
Mine says
So I've heard from a guy I know.
Mine says I have 11, and it's showing me 3 of them. And I don't know
You have
why
11
any
followers?
of these people would follow me.
Do you post it all?
Like, on occasion? Not a lot. I've had,
I mean, it's enough.
I would say I've had, 2 or 3 good posts that have been popular-ish.
Have you ever said on the Reddit that you are woman?
Maybe. But
That's it?
No, the 3 people following me, the 3 people that I can see that are following me, because it says 11, but I can't see who the other people are all, they appear to be real female humans.
Huh.
Yeah, because they don't post weird shit.
Do you have any exes that know your Reddit handle?
No, you know what it might be? Is I've posted on, what is it called? The, art subreddits? When you're seeking an artist? No, I was finding someone to do art for my mom's book, because I was remodeling her website, so I was having them do characters for each of her book characters as her Christmas gift.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah, it turned out really fucking cool, and the artist was really nice.
Yeah, gout. I think I might have gout. I don't know. It's I haven't been tested for it, but no, because I know that gout is the big thing is that your joints swell up and puff out. There's that whole gout toe where there's this giant bunion on the side of your foot. I don't get that.
Gout
but I do
toe.
get fucking painful joints. And I have for years, and I don't know what it is, but recently, I found out that gout is when you're having a gout flare, it's by having even just blankets on top of it, it burns, and I have that feeling.
That sounds garbagey.
And what makes gout flares worse is red meat, sugary drinks, and drinking.
Yeah.
And red meat is the only thing I'm guilty of in there.
You don't have sugary drinks?
On occasion, but no, it's all Liquid Death or Smart Water. That's all I drink.
Those aren't sugary at all. Damn, that sucks. Did you get bit by one of those ticks that makes you allergic to red meat? It gives you red meat gout?
No, I mean I drink soda my younger days, but who didn't? But I don't really
I don't think that would cause gout now.
I don't drink soda ever since they got rid of the real sugar cherry Pepsi. That was the last thing I was really into.
I haven't had soda since they stopped using cocaine in Coca-Cola.
It's been 200 years.
Speak to me anymore.
No, but I really got into the real sugar cherry Pepsis. I really enjoyed those. And then ever since liking those and then and that was 10 years ago or something. But ever since I went back to regular the corn syrup, every sip is just so heavy into my stomach and I just feel sick. Yeah. So I just I guess I'm done with all of this.
That's how I feel. Sometimes I'll get a craving where I'm I'm sorry. I put my mouse on a crinkled piece of paper and now it's just dancing around the screen of its own accord.
I think that fountain drinks, I can still enjoy fountain drinks on occasion. If I go out for fast food or something, I can get every time I go to Taco Bell, I'll get a medium Pepsi or something.
Yeah,
because that's diluted.
Probably more diluted than if you drank it from a bottle. That's for sure.
Yeah,
especially if the syrup.
I can never drink from bottles anyway. Bottles are I don't know, it's just super they're already kind of flat and they're extra syrupy. I could only drink soda from cans, and if they were cold, in the fridge for 2 days at least.
A cold, crisp can.
Cold, crisp can. By the way, before we begin, I have 2 things.
I have 3 things. Wow, look
at
that.
You have 3
one
things?
Upped you.
I already forgot one of them.
One is shrimps is bugs.
So last week we were talking about Wendy's. You remember that? We were talking about their dynamic surge pricing bullshit, whatever.
Yes.
And we were talking about how it was just announced hours ago.
Yes.
Well, hours after recording, they backpedaled it and said, "Oh, we're not going to do this," because they received such vicious backlash from it, which is good.
I can't say that I'm shocked. I'm glad they didn't.
I'm not
'cause that was
shocked. Like,
stupid.
what they're gonna do, like what this means is that they're going to say, "Oh, we're not gonna do this," and then they're gonna wait for hype to die down, and then just fucking roll it out anyway.
Oh yeah,
or
and then
sneakily
they're not
do
gonna.
it, and then,
Yeah, they're gonna sneakily do it for sure. I agree.
which I fucking hate even more. The other thing is that I said that there was like this random law in Ohio, and I even said like probably not Ohio. It's not Ohio. It's California.
Oh God,
The
what?
rule about shooting whales.
Is it California?
The law, I looked it up because I was editing the episode, and I'm like, all right, what's the actual fucking consensus on this? And it's a law in California that it is illegal to shoot animals from a moving vehicle unless it's a whale.
Unless it's a whale. So
Yes.
if I'm driving down the coastal highway and I shoot a whale, like a sniper
even in
shot a
Shasta.
whale from my fucking car, it's all right. But if I hit a deer, no.
I think that there might be.
There's got to be whale laws that
Like-
protect them from me sniper
Yeah,
rifling them
I'm-
from a moving vehicle.
I'm sure there's some licensing issues like of poaching or hunting in
No,
there.
do you think it's like? Do you think in the whale poaching, manifesto or whatever, where you're not supposed to do it, there's a little asterisk that's like, but if you can do it from a moving vehicle, we're impressed, and that's
And is it like, so you're allowed to shoot a whale from a moving vehicle, but you can't shoot sharks or dolphins? Am I getting that right?
I guess if we're putting whale as the one exception, then if I shot like a starfish on accident,
Are whales
illegal.
not just big dolphins?
Pretty much.
Like where's the line? Like
Yeah, why the
are killer
distinction?
killer whales okay?
Yeah, what about like, is it all whales? Like if I hit a beluga?
Yeah, or what are narwhals? Are narwhals more?
They
They're closer
have
to
half
dolphins.
of whale in their name. Does that make them a whale? I have confusion. I don't know.
All these cats, all these fucking cats.
Look, I was going to say it's your fault, but really it's Brittany's fault that you run a cat cafe from inside your home.
A cat cafe that we're not making money for, and I'm the only one making coffee.
That's the thing, is maybe you should open your doors. You've got the coffee machine now. You've got the cats. Now you just need a sign that says $5.
I actually don't think you're allowed to in America. Like, I think that it
To
works
have a
in
cat
Japan
cafe?
because having a cat or having any animal in a place with food, there's a lot of food safety licenses and
They
certifications
exist here, but I don't think they're allowed to be as much of a cafe. Like,
I don't think they're allowed to serve hot food for
yeah,
sure.
like in Korea, I can go pet a sheep, eat a waffle, and have a coffee all in the same building because it's a sheep
Man,
cafe.
if you said that and didn't say Korea, I wouldn't have guessed Korea.
What would you have thought?
I don't know, Wales?
What?
Yeah, Wales, like where the Welsh people are.
Ah, I see.
Like saying like I'm eating a waffle and petting sheep. Korea was not my first thought, is what I'm saying.
You're like, where do the Dutch live? Wherever that is.
The Netherlands? Was it the...
Wherever stroopwafels are from, I can see this.
Have you ever had like a real stroopwafel?
No, but I'm about to go to Europe, so I'm gonna have a real stroopwafel because I ain't
Fucking
gluten-free
do it.
abroad, dog. That
Because
shit doesn't hurt my tummy there.
Because they have stroopwafels in the store, they're little packaged ones, and
You
they
can get them on the
suck,
motherfucking plane.
They suck ass. They suck.
Well, okay, here's what you're supposed to do with
They're
the
okay.
stroopwafel. No, here's
Yeah,
what you're supposed to
everybody
do
knows,
with the
but
stroopwafel.
everybody knows,
What are
but
you
explain
supposed
it
to
for
do
our
with the
audience.
stroopwafel, Gamage?
You're supposed to put it over your tea or coffee.
Yes, because it
And then it
heats up
warms
the
up.
little
Yes.
caramelly center, and then it makes it delicious.
Everybody knows that.
Well, it sounds like you haven't done it if you're shitting on the stroopwafels.
I'm saying the packaged stroopwafels in the United States that you could get at gas stations, they suck.
Oh God, at a gas station?
That's what I said.
Yeah,
from
no.
Yeah, you weren't
I
fucking
didn't,
listening.
I didn't hear gas station. I was like, there's decent
Well, I said
stroopwafels.
I said like Winco, Walgreens, any
I
store that begins
guess.
with a W.
Yeah, I suppose. They're the off-brand stroopwafels.
They're
They're not
okay,
as
but like
good.
if you have a real stroopwafel, you're like, damn.
Like, damn, bitch, that's a stroopwafel right there.
So we're beginning now. We're beginning. We have begun.
Hello.
Welcome to We
We
Have That
have. Oh,
Podcast
I thought
at
we were gonna
Home.
trade words. I am
On
on
brand
brand gamage,
Rachel
and this is
are off brand.
brand podcast
The only great podcast to
to
cast out the
bravely
Cyclops.
shoot whales from a moving vehicle.
No, we're casting out the Cyclops.
What if it's a one-eyed whale?
We were talking episodes ago. I'm talking like 10, 15 episodes ago
Yeah.
about monsters and fictional mythical beings that I'm like, how people have come to the conclusion that
That they
existed.
exist. Yes.
Yeah, and I forgot the biggest one is the Cyclops.
How do you think people came about?
Mammoth skulls.
Oh,
That's
fuck.
an
Yeah.
that one's
that's
actually
an actual,
in reality.
Yeah, that's an actual thing.
Because a lot of Cyclops or depictions of Cyclopses, they have like these big long teeth, and you know the
Yep.
big one eye. And if you've ever seen a fucking mammoth skull, that's a fucking
I don't know if you know this.
Cyclops.
They got some big long teeth. What if we're just all wrong and everything that we think is a fucking woolly mammoth is just a big ass cyclops?
Fucking somebody said, what if the Spinosaurus didn't have a spine, but it was just like a big hump? Because the like a buffalo skeleton has the same kind of like almost thin spine like structure.
Yeah,
Like if
humpy
you
spine.
look up I saw a photo of that, and then somebody like drew a Spinosaurus, but it's just like big, fat, and lumpy with a hump.
Big, fat, and lumpy.
Spinosaurus is my favorite dinosaur too.
Yeah,
so
no, they
it's-
do have just like they got like ribs facing straight up.
Yeah,
If that helps
but-
anybody understand.
And if you get a side by side with a Spinosaurus, like you can kind of see how somebody would come to that conclusion.
Yeah, easily.
Each week we play Russian roulette with our success and spin a wheel.
This week we're attempting the fine art of comedy, through
No.
which what? Is that not what this week is?
It's slice of life, girl.
Is it really?
It's slice of life.
Damn.
You prepared comedy?
Well, we said we
You
were gonna
fucking
do.
dumb shoe.
No, we said we were gonna do. Am I the asshole?
Yeah, because it's slice of life. Because we're gonna do
Yeah.
like advice.
Yeah, we just
questions,
normally anytime we get comedy, we do the Am I the asshole? So.
because it's easy. But like I said, I stand by this. Is the am I the is the comedy section is really just wild card for us.
Yeah, it's wild card part 2.
Yeah, it's refined wild card.
Dude, a Spinosaurus really do be looking like a buffalo.
I know, right? Like
It's
I read
just-
that and I was like, that's stupid. But then,
No, it's
boy, it's kind of close.
It's pretty fucking legitimate, y'all. I don't know who scienced, but they didn't science hard enough because it looks like Spinosauruses are just buffalo.
I'm sure.
They're swimming buffalo. I posted it in the wrong chat. Go back.
Fine.
Nope. I
I'm
fixed it.
sure
We're
that
good.
some paleontologists actually have like a scientific reason, like, oh well, the way the bone structure here actually, I don't know.
No.
Is that a
It's just-
Spinosaurus? It looks more like a
I just googled
le-
Spinosaurus skeleton.
Leopleurodon.
It
No,
says-
it is. I could tell because of the
Yeah, it
teeth.
was like it says Spinosaurus.
It's
I
just
gotta
a
be honest with
weird-
you. I just googled Spinosaurus skeleton and I went with what was there. So if it's
It-
wrong, science. Failed
It's
me.
just a weird it's just a weird photo of it, like a weird angle.
Yeah.
Makes it look like
It looks
a
like
fish.
it's swimming. Yeah. It's a fishy buffalo, is what it is. Anyway, this week we're attempting the fine art of slice of life. Speaking of slices of life, look at this Spinosaurus posted on our Instagram. Yeah. All right, what you got?
Actually, I'm looking at that exact skeleton. Like it's that exact skeleton, but it's like at the museum from a different like from a slightly lower angle, and it looks more legit. So, what were you saying about what?
I said, what you got?
What do I have? Oh,
What you got?
for my slice of life, I have decided in my last hasty second of yesterday, I'm actually lying. Last night, asking Brittany to find material for me because I can't stop playing Queen's Blood. It's for me and Jared. It's all Queen's Blood. That's all we've been doing.
Is that the game inside of Final Fantasy?
Yes, it is. It is the new card game.
It's the new Gwent of the world.
Yes. Yeah, Queen's Blood is simple. I lost like my first 5, and I'm like, I don't get it. And then all of a sudden I went, oh, and it clicked, and I'm like winning nonstop. And I'm so fucking into it.
Every card game I have ever played, or every mini game I have ever played that's like that within a game, I play several rounds going, I don't know what the fuck this is. What the fuck is this? And then it magically clicks, and I'm like, I'm now obsessed. Fuck the rest of the game.
The exception is Mahjong for me. Which isn't in Final Fantasy VII. It's in a different Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
but have you ever tried to learn Mahjong?
Also in life, and it's fucking hard.
And I'm not talking about like the Mahjong puzzle that a lot of you people play on your phones, where it's like you match the symbols. No,
you're
the
talking
actual
about the little like
Mahjong
the red
poker.
Are you talking about the little red or not red? The black and white circular tiles that you scoot around?
No. What are you? Isn't that just shogi?
I might be fucking this up. How do you spell Mahjong?
No, Mahjong is the fucking like domino tile like things with the symbols on them.
Mahjong. How do you spell that?
M-A-H.
Okay, I spelled it right. Why are you showing me fucking? Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean, you know what Mahjong? Like I'm talking about the Mahjong puzzles are the ones where you're matching two. But then there's the actual Mahjong game where it's a table of 4 people and they each have like a Mahjong hand.
Yeah.
And that game is impossible to fucking learn. I've tried so many times to learn. I put literally hours into it. I spent a week of nonstop like trying to learn how to play it, and right now I could go,
You're like, I just can't.
Like you could put me in front of Mahjong players and I would not be able to handle my own. I have no fucking clue how that game is played.
Like I just don't know what's going on anytime I'm here.
You should try it once. Just like
game am I thinking of? It is
Pinochle.
No.
It's Pinochle.
It's like at least in Korea it's kind of like chess where it's black and shogi. White tiles.
Google shogi.
I'm googling. No. Shogi. No, I don't. Oh, wait, Go and Shogi. What the fuck? Why are so many things coming up? What is this called?
Is it Go?
And Shogi are Go and Shogi are games that require. Okay.
Go and Shogi are different games, but yes, you might be thinking of Go. It's black and white.
Is it Go. Like? I think it's just Go because Shogi looks more like little domino pieces.
I was thinking of Go as more like almost little.
Yeah, it's Go.
Marble
it's
beads thing.
Yeah.
Go is like Othello on a much larger scale, and that's another game I can't really get into.
Yeah, dude, that's like I got a Pi Show board, the game that's played in Avatar. That shit's hard. It's fun. It's hard. It's a lot of weird fucking rules to learn.
Anyway, this week I've decided
you made Brittany do the work for you.
I literally told her last night, hey, find some posts and send them to me. So I don't know what these are. I'm going blind into them, so that's fun.
I like to go blind into all of them outside of the titles because I think it's better that way.
No, I've always gone blind, but I don't even know the titles of these. Is what I'm saying. So
well, perfect. Then you should go first.
Yeah. So I've decided I wanted to judge people because that's way easier than giving out advice. First one I have is, am I the asshole for buying a gun for protection despite my child's mental health issues?
Oh my god. This
Oof.
post is a loaded gun. Jesus.
No pun intended. Oh, I guess Brittany has a follow-up comment on it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Brittany has a follow-up photo of this, of a chat within it. Hold on, I'll bring that up in a second. Let me read the thing first. I am a mother of 2 children. I have a 16-year-old son and an 11-year-old daughter. Due to all of the current events of the world, my husband and I feel like the best decision is to purchase a gun for our safety.
Oh my god.
I've gone to classes on how to properly use one as well as safety, etc. But my son, who I will call V, it's Victor or Vincent. I'm not sure what's going on with him. From a young age, he has been filled with anxiety. As he grew older, I've had 2 counselors tell me that he said that he wants to end his own life. Hold on, drink of water.
Are you telling me? Or are you just telling me that you're drinking water?
I was telling you that I was drinking water, so you didn't go like, hello? What?
Where'd you go? You left me at a scary part in the story.
I tried getting him to therapy, and it seemed to help until the pandemic. He became very quiet and lonely and has stayed that way ever since. Why'd you say ever since?
They don't know how to spell. Just keep going.
They really don't. I don't believe he has any friends. Wow, rough. That's savage of you. His sister has said many comments about him sitting alone and having no friends. I
Why
asked, but
haven't
he
you sought
denies.
help for your child yet?
She said she got counseling. Like, that's the bare minimum, but yes.
Yeah. 2 counselors sounds like school counselors to me. That does not sound like we went and got like help from a professional.
When we were practicing how to drive, I noticed injuries on his arms. He told me they were from PE. I asked the doctor, and she said those injuries show similarities to self-harm. He continued to deny.
PE.
V has never done anything to end his own life. What? No, of course he hasn't.
Yet?
Otherwise, he'd be dead. Like,
What the fuck?
he's never done anything to end his own life. Like, yeah, not yet. That's if he
Oh,
did, then you would have
Christ.
known by now. I doubt he will, but having a weapon will put me much more at ease. Sorry, what?
I doubt he will, but arming him will make me feel better.
I that was a turn. What are you talking about?
Those should be 2 wildly separate thoughts and also just misguided in general. Jesus Christ. You went to Parenting 101 and skipped the class about like general child safety. You were like, I got it.
Look, if
It's
if you're insistent on getting a gun for your house and your children aren't
Get a
you
fucking
don't trust
gun
them,
safe.
get a gun safe. Get a gun safe.
Don't tell them the code.
Yeah, ever.
Ever.
And don't fucking choose your birthday or something they would guess. Pick a random fucking code.
God. I'm gonna smack this mom with a newspaper.
Am I the asshole for doing this, even if I know there's just the slightest possibility he might end his own life? The slightest possibility is the largest thing you should be looking at.
Yeah, why are you more obsessed with like getting a gun in your house than maybe instead spending that money on some therapy for your child that is clearly going through depression? What the fuck is wrong with you?
So Brittany actually screen capped one of the comments, and it is somebody asking, so in direct conflict with what you said in an earlier comment, your children would have access to the gun? And she said, only in extremely dire situations.
What?
And then somebody said, good thing depressed people only commit suicide in those nice calm moments.
Yeah, oh my god. Jesus Christ. Also, since we're talking about suicide, fun fact, there's a new suicide crisis hotline, 988, that you can call from anywhere in the United States.
Oh shit, it's just
It's
not a 1-800 number anymore?
Nope, it's like a 911. It's just 988.
Yeah, 988.
Yeah. It works in I believe Canada and the United States.
Is the line ever busy?
I don't think so.
You know, I read this one person on the internet, it might be fake, but he said that there was one time that he had planned to end his life. Please don't, but he dialed the suicide hotline because fuck it, why not? And it was busy, and he laughed because it was so ironic.
At the suicide hotline place?
No, not this guy. This guy just thought it was so fucking cosmically hilarious that he couldn't get through to the suicide helpline that he just like laughed himself better. And you know, it's something
it's
that
one of those moments that jars you out of what you're about to do.
It's a permanent solution for a temporary problem.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, go seek help, talk to someone. I know it doesn't feel like it's going to get better, but there's a greener pasture on like days ahead of you. It's going to be okay.
I've never been suicidal, but I have been like bleak, you know, where I've gotten to my lowest of like, I'd never harm myself like that. I don't think I'd ever have the will to do that. But I've definitely been at a low point where I just didn't want to go anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that happens where it's just like the world is an exhausting place all the time, and sometimes it doesn't seem like it's going to let up. But I definitely was at a point where I'm like, I could just like stop any moment now and I'd be fine with it. Like
Mm-hmm.
not actively trying to, but like
Yeah,
letting
just
whatever happened.
yeah.
But then
Passive.
like yeah, but then I remember thinking like, oh, but like Avengers is coming out like this year.
You know what? Sometimes it's small things. One time I was at a point where I was like very much ready to end my life, and then I was like, well, who's gonna feed the dog? And now I'm glad that I didn't, because I like my life and things, even though it's still really stressful and sometimes overbearing. But, I was like, who's gonna feed the dog tomorrow morning?
Yeah, and a lot of people even get animals because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's honestly little things that keep you going. Like it's a schedule. I know that for like a lot of depressed people, a lot of helpful advice is you need to get up in the morning. You need to make your bed. You need to like brush your teeth and do a little bit of chores, because those are the small routines that get you up and get you going
Yeah,
and kind
and
of
will
breaks you
pull
out.
you out of your funk.
Yeah,
And
because
it's
I
like,
mean,
ultimately, if you think about it, if you're gonna feel like shit regardless, does it make a difference to, feel like shit while you're making your bed versus
yeah.
laying in it? Eventually, yes, it will help you feel better, but in the meantime,
I like to think of it as it's little pushes where like you
yeah, it's
got
little
up, you
nudges.
made your bed, you brushed your teeth, you may as well go out and go to the grocery store,
Yeah, it's like the
and you
gold
may
star
as
for you put
well,
on real pants today. Gold star.
yeah.
Genuinely, genuinely, if you put on real pants today, gold star.
I
Truly.
have I have real pants on today.
Gold star for you, Big Papa.
Yeah, I didn't have real pants on all weekend.
Also, gold star for you, because that means you probably relaxed a little bit.
Barely.
I did not put on real pants today, but that's a win for me, because I'm wearing pajamas.
Anyway, this person's an asshole,
Yeah,
and
this
not just an
person's
asshole, but
they're a mega asshole.
part of the root systemic issue that surrounds gun laws. Like, I don't think guns need to be taken away entirely, but this is the reason why bad things happen.
Yeah, it's because people are fucking irresponsible. You don't buy a gun and bring it into a house with your kid who's going through some shit and then also give them the code to the gun safe. Like, you're
And this isn't
asking for disaster.
and this isn't even her being stupid. This is her like understanding like, oh, he might do something, but she's literally
And not
gambling.
giving a
She's
shit. Yeah.
gambling, and that's the fucked up part.
Yeah, you're gambling, but you're gambling with a human being's life.
Potentially several.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in here that suggests, a school shooter, but that's if he's lonely and has no friends and is already suicidal, it's just a hop, a skip, and a jump away from something even bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, asshole. You're an asshole.
Yeah, asshole. Am I the asshole recently added poo mode, which I think is for excessively asshole stories, and I'm giving you the poo mode. I don't understand it fully. I was just scrolling it today and it said asshole poo mode. And I feel like that's for when you're a mega shit.
The first hour of my day is in poo mode.
The first 15 minutes of this podcast, I was in poo mode.
Yeah, this
Or I
bitch.
was coming out of poo mode. I literally logged in at like 6:28 and then logged out at 6:31 and texted Gamage and was like, I have to shit. We're supposed to meet at 6:30. I was so prepared until I wasn't.
And your shit was like 5 minutes long. That's crazy.
It wasn't 5 minutes. It was like
I
10.
come from a long line of like hour-long poopers.
Rough poopers.
Well, no, it's literally just like you. Pooping is only a 5 minute activity, but then my butthole definitely needs time to recover, and I may as well read a nice comic book while I'm there, and I get the nice peace and quiet. I get time to myself. I could watch those embarrassing TikToks on my phone that I don't want people to know I'm watching.
You get all of that shit in. No, sometimes I leisurely poop, but I try to do it at work. Because if you do the math, And
Yeah,
you poop at
you brought
work.
this up on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, because it's fucking magical.
And I don't want to
Get
bring up
paid to
my
poop.
counter argument of I don't want to poop at work, but here we are. History
Here we
repeats
are
itself.
every time. Okay, did
We
I?
already run out of poop topics to discuss? Surely we haven't.
No, there's no way. There's endless poop topics. Okay, I have an Am I the Asshole? You'll have to tell me if I did this before. I don't think I got to it the last time we did this. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that she doesn't have celiac disease?
Ooh,
I
I don't
have
think you did.
I don't think so either, but it's funny cuz I don't have celiac. I'm just gluten intolerant, but so it hits close to home.
Yeah, I
I have
know. Because it's funny because it is kind of adjacent to that. Like for Brittany is not vegan, but she's allergic to chicken eggs. So
people give her shit. I
yeah,
bet you.
and it's yes, and it's or she gets weird looks. Like if she goes to the deli and she's like, "Oh, do you guys have any vegan A's?" And then she's like, "All right," and then I want turkey and chicken and
She's like, I just can't eat eggs, you fucking assholes. Also, I'm technically not gluten intolerant. I'm allergic to wheat, but fucking gluten is like the one that people know. But
yeah,
I've somewhat
and
started
it's a lot
switching to
easier to
telling people I'm allergic to wheat because when people look at me and I say I'm allergic to gluten, they roll their fucking eyes and then they go sprinkle wheat into my fucking food. They don't
Well,
actually. But
it's because there was an actual
it
big
was a
gluten
fad
tolerance.
diet.
It was yeah, very trendy.
Yeah, people were like, "Oh, I'm going gluten-free for my fad diet right now." Bitch, you want to know why anything gluten-free tastes good? Because they put more fat and sugar into it because gluten-free shit tastes like an asshole.
It does. No,
So
assholes
it's
taste
like it's
better
not helping you do anything.
because assholes I imagine would taste
You
like
can wash
previously
an
good food.
asshole. Yeah, you can wash an asshole. You can't wash sugar bread. I mean, I guess you can. It would just probably be worse than it was before.
Anyway, give me this celiac asshole.
All right, they're both 25. I have been dating my girlfriend
Sounds right. Checks out.
for the past 8 months. Sam has been gluten-free for the past 3 years due to health concerns and recently convinced her doctor to test her for celiac disease. She does not have celiac disease, as is evidenced by her blood test results. My friends and I get together every year for a holiday party where my best friend Matt usually hosts and cooks a bunch of food. This year we're including Sam, who has notified everyone that she can't have anything made with flour, despite her test saying that she is fine. Matt said he'd look into gluten-free recipes for her. I am uncomfortable with this because she can eat flour, she just doesn't want to, and I don't see why my friends should have to back up that choice by making an entire dinner gluten-free. I explained this to Matt, and he told me that he wanted to make her feel welcome and doesn't, quote, want to challenge anybody about this, end quote, despite her lying about her health issues. I spoke to Sam yesterday about the situation, and she told me I'm being unsupportive of her health issues. I said that it isn't a health issue, and she told me it is. I brought up how she was tested, and the test was negative for celiac disease, so it's clear that she doesn't have a problem. She hasn't talked to me since, and she is, quote, thinking about stuff. Tried talking to
I
Matt
think
about the
stuff all the
argument this
time.
morning, and he told me I fucked up. Am I the asshole?
Uh,
Hold on, there's
on what?
edits.
Okay.
Do we want to read
Okay.
them before or after judgment?
After, let me judge first.
Okay, go.
Now, first of all, it's clear this bitch has Munchausen, and she needs to face that. And honestly, you potentially dodged a bullet because you don't want to date someone with Munchausen, where every little thing is a new thing and it's blown out of proportion. Especially if it doesn't even sound like she has an allergy, even the slightest bit, like you do. It's bullshit, and she's going to make everybody around her like curtail and go, oh, I don't want to be a bother, and look up recipes for her. On the other hand, though, the friend sounds like a pretty decent bloke, where he's just like, yeah, no problem. If you're choosing to be gluten-free, he's going out of his way. That's fine. It's the fact that she's lying about it and saying she has a debilitating disorder, that's the problem. And that's the thing that makes me go, not the asshole. You don't want to be with somebody like that.
Okay, counterpoint. I don't think she's saying that she has celiac disease. I think she got tested for it, and she doesn't have celiac disease specifically. But also, the first comment is, I'm a
I don't
physician.
understand that,
If she
but
hasn't been. Well, no, okay, so celiac disease is like a peanut allergy. So like if you eat bread, you might die or have some like traumatic response to it. I don't have celiac disease. I have a gluten intolerance. So when I eat bread or have beer or whatever, something with, wheat in it, I get itchy and sick. Um, so it's not like I'm not gonna die. It's just fucking uncomfortable.
Right.
So like she's probably just gluten intolerant if she has stomach issues anytime she has flour. But also the first comment is from a physician that's if she hasn't been eating gluten, the blood tests are apparently inaccurate.
Mm.
And then they go on to say that like she could just be gluten intolerant. But, either way, I'm of the mind of regardless of whether she's gluten intolerant or not, if she's just choosing not to eat shit with flour in it, you're still being kind of a dick.
Yeah, I
Um
agree. It's the fact that if she knows for sure she doesn't have this disorder, or she's deluding herself into thinking she does, and is telling everybody that she has something that she doesn't, that makes her a problematic person. That shit's toxic behavior.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily how I'm like reading the situation. It sounds like she got tested for celiac and she just doesn't have celiac, which is different.
I will definitely say that I've dated somebody with Munchausen where she kind of lied about what she had and things that she can have
Oh,
and
so you're
all this stuff.
biased on this situation.
And I definitely got very over it.
You should leave this in because it explains your response. Because I was like, this doesn't feel very gamage. But if
I
you've dated
definitely
someone with Munchausen's and you're just sick of people's shit, this makes way more sense.
maybe not Munchausen, but fictitious disorder. Something where like like a little bit beyond hypochondriac, where it's every little Google search says I have this now. This is what I have, and then kind of just curving their whole life around it, and then making it everybody's problem. And I know that I definitely got real fucking over it, and I was like, I don't believe you. This is not a thing, I can't even talk to this person anymore.
Yeah, okay. That explains your response much more. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never dealt with someone with Munchausen, so I think I'm a little more inclined to believe that she just is gluten intolerant and
If this
doesn't have
person,
celiac disease.
if this person is just like the person that I'm thinking of, then no, not an asshole, because that person sucks.
Yeah.
If they're anything less than this person, then yeah, you're being an asshole. Just
Yeah, you're
let
being
her.
a twat.
Like I said, my thing is if you're just choosing to be gluten free, that's fine. And you're like, oh, I don't eat gluten. Can you do gluten free options? That's fine. All of that is fine. And then if you step on her toes on that end, you're a douche. But
Yes.
if she's like faking a fucking disorder,
Yeah, no.
that
I agree
sucks.
with that. Don't fake disorders, kids.
If you fake a disorder or a disease or anything, then an action even, then it makes it to where those actual cases don't seem legitimate anymore.
Yeah.
It muddles the water, and that sucks. But I even said from the very beginning, like, gray area on this one.
Well, it's just like I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I'm inclined to call him an asshole, but that's because of my previous history, and I do understand where you're coming from with calling him not an asshole. But yeah, more information would be required.
Yeah, agreed. You said that there are edits?
Yeah, so edit 3 things. 1, telling me to kill myself is overboard. Yes, internet, stop telling people that. Thanks for the messages. I will not be doing that. 2, I love and care about my girlfriend. Her doctor told her to eat a regular diet because the test came back negative. I'm just following up what her doctor said. 3, Matt is a happily monogamous man with a wife. He is not trying to sleep with my girlfriend. Please stop saying that she's cheating on me with him. He's just a nice person. That's
God,
hilarious. Kill yourself and she's cheating. Good lord, y'all.
dude.
What fucking universe do you live in?
One of these days, we should do an episode on relationship advice and the fucking
Bonkers
dumpster
ass
fire
response that the internet gives.
And B, A, stories, and B, responses from just
They're just
the
magical.
worst fucking trailer park people who are like, the internet wants my opinion.
And I am ready and willing. Edit
They
number
are
2.
crazy.
I am not a doctor. I have never questioned a doctor before. This post is showing me that they can be wrong sometimes. I've apologized to my girlfriend and explained my side of things. I now see that she wasn't in denial. She was just skeptical about whether or not they knew what they were doing. Looking into resources to get better testing and a doctor that hopefully knows how to test for more autoimmune disorders that can cause similar dietary issues. I'm not writing her off on purpose. I'm just kind of stupid and didn't know as many things as I probably should. Oh, homie backpedaled hard.
Yeah, that's usually how Am I the Asshole goes.
Dude, you want to hear some
if enough people call you an asshole, that's what
You're
Am
like,
I the Asshole is for.
Yeah, it's reevaluate.
Really, is it, am I in the wrong for this? Like, I did this, people are upset. Am I justified, or do I need to go apologize and look inward and reflect?
Exactly, and the answer was, probably look a little inward and reflect.
I mean, always look inward and reflect. Like, no matter what you do, even if you're justified, question all your decisions even a little bit.
Also, a side note that I'm going to throw in here is statistically, women get told that they don't have problems by their doctors more often, and I have a story regarding it, so I'm including it. I went to the emergency room, and I'm not a person that really complains about pain very often, so to get to the point of actually going to an emergency room is like a pretty high bar for me. I went to the emergency room, and I thought I was having problems of ovarian cysts because it's like a problem in my family. And after a bunch of tests, basically an ultrasound is the best way to determine if you're experiencing symptoms of an ovarian cyst, and the ultrasound tech had left because they took too long to, like, I don't know, get me in before he needed to go home. So then the first doctor I had was like, oh, from your family history of how many people, like how many women in your family experience this, like that's probably what's happening based off of where your pain is and what's going on. So she was like, you should come back in the morning and talk to the ultrasound technician. And then halfway through my care, switch shifts to a different doctor, and they came in and they were like, it's probably just gas. You're good. You should just go. And I was like, what the fuck? It's like, you're gonna bill me like $5,000 and just come in here and tell me it's gas and I'm overreacting. Like, thank you so much. I know what a fart is.
You know that doctor would have prescribed vibrators for hysteria like back in the 1800s too.
I was like, this is absurd.
I have a similar story. Like, Brittany had like a cyst burst, and we went to the emergency room, and we were there for like 10 fucking hours.
Too long.
And the doctor's just like, nothing we could really do. And she had an IV, like they put the IV in and never hooked it up to anything, so they just stabbed her just for the fun of it.
Just for funsies.
And like, she was there so long that she just healed. Like, she was there for so long that it's like, I don't hurt anymore because my body took care of itself.
I've been here so long, like the timer on this wound has timed out.
So I can believe that a cyst burst is fucking emergency room worthy for fucking sure.
Yeah, it's the best.
The only time
it's just gas.
Yeah, it's probably just gas.
You just needed to fart, dog.
Based on
just go poop.
Like, I've definitely had the food poisoning where it's like stabbing pain in your colon.
Yeah, but that's different. No. It's
all
fucking uncomfortable as shit.
All the farting in the world would not ease that pain. I'm talking fetal position in the shower. I thought there was something seriously wrong with me. I thought I was dying.
In, like, the last episode.
It was like 10 episodes ago, but yeah, it was just. It was crazy. And if you're telling me, like, oh, it's probably just gas, like, no, I almost went to the emergency room, but I didn't think I'd fucking make it.
I thought I'd die on the way.
If I went there and they said gas, I don't know what I would have done.
I would slap someone.
Well, fucking put a turkey baster in there and remove it.
Suck out the fart for the love of God.
I got the bad fog in me.
The bad fog. Do you think that's what Victorian people called farts? Like really smelly farts? Oh, sweet Nora has the bad fog in her.
We're doing all the hits in this one, aren't we?
Yeah, we're really doing a throwback. Oh, fuck.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Am I the asshole for being upset my girlfriend chose her cat over me?
No, probably not. I'm sorry. Yes, you probably are. I would choose a cat over many people.
I mean, it depends. If you had the cat before you were dating, then seniority. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sucks to
seniority
suck.
rules. All right, tell me the deets.
Girlfriend and I have been dating for 4 years. No major arguments. So my girlfriend and I were playing a game a couple days ago where we had to pick who we would save between two loved ones if it were a life or death situation. A weird game to play. Sounds like a weird psychological test you
Don't want to inflict upon
Machiavellian
people.
fucking.
Look, if you want to ruin your relationship, go play Mario Party. It'll
Would
happen
you love me
just
if I
as
were a
fast. No, they should
No, you. This game just came out on PC, and I recommend you get it and play with your friends and family. It makes Mario Party look like a fucking ski resort. It's called Dokapon Kingdom. It is a party game, a lot like Mario Party, but it's an RPG system where you pick a class and you're on a game board and everything. Like you could be a cleric or a fighter, and it, I think, ruined 2 relationships in my life.
That sounds magical. I like games that pit you so aggressively against people, but in such a minimalistic way, but it still blows up like an entire lifetime of friendship.
Yeah, but you know that like there's some real unresolved shit happening when a mini game causes you to go into a
no,
fury.
There's some deep-seated issues. Great example is one time I was playing Jackbox with Adam and JT when they first moved in. And we're sitting there playing the defuse a bomb game where it's everybody gets a riddle and you have to go through everybody's riddle fast enough to defuse the bomb. So mine will be like, don't ever cut a green wire, but yours might be like, cut the 3rd wire and it's green. But mine's like a trump card. So you have to sit there and like figure out which clues you need to use to cut what wire to defuse the bomb. And we kept getting like 20 levels into this fucking game and thinking that we were like so close to the end of whatever it was and then losing. And we were like, how'd we lose? We listened to everybody's fucking clues. Like there's no way. And we did this so many times. And then Adam just goes, oh, I've just been lying. I've just said the opposite of whatever my thing is every time we get far into this. And we were all like, I will fucking murder you.
Sociopathic for fucking sure.
Oh, God, yes. It's like, I will end your life today. Are you kidding me?
I was creating chaos just to see what would happen and find enjoyment out of it. That's what sociopaths do.
That was the biggest douchebag move I have ever experienced. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, we're all having a good time. Yeah, sorry, continue. Speaking of shitty roommates.
We were playing the game using friends' names and relatives. After a couple of rounds, I started asking my girlfriend who she'd pick between me and some of her relatives. I know she isn't super close to her relatives, so wasn't particularly surprised that she chose me over them consistently. I then asked who she would choose between me and her cat. Again, you're playing fucked up games and you're going to find out. Like this sounds like you're digging for issues. You're digging to see how far down until you find the line, and you found it, and now you're upset about it.
Yeah, you're in fuck around, find out.
So far, halfway through, you're the asshole. She thought about it for a couple seconds, then responded that she'd pick her cat over me. She said that she's had her cat since it was a baby, and that it was only known her, that it has only known her all of its life, 9 years old. I reminded her that we were discussing a life or death situation, e.g. we were both drowning and she had to pick one. She said it would be beyond cruel to let her cat drown, especially because it wouldn't understand why she let it drown.
Also, bitch, you probably know how to swim. Like, get your own fucking ass out of the water. You can, you can figure it out long enough for me to get the cat.
I asked whether she felt the same way if we were both stranded on a burning house, and she said there was only the chance to save one. She said that she loves me but couldn't let her cat die in a fire, quoting the same reason. I then asked who she would pick between if her cat and I needed a life-saving operation, but she only had money for one. She said the cat has been in her life longer, has been there through tough times, and she couldn't let her cat die. Yeah, man. Seniority rules.
Dude, there's a well, and here's the thing. It's like, it sounds kind of cold if you think about it, but also if you think about it a little bit longer, it's not. I am not responsible for you as a human being. Like, you have a social circle and a family, whether by blood or chosen, that are in your life. This cat This creature, all
Yeah.
they have is me. That's
Yeah.
it. Like, no, I'm not going to let my fucking animal die. You're a human being that is capable of doing shit for yourself.
But also, like, on that, that's a really good point, is that it's also nobody's job to make you happy but you.
Yeah.
So if you're in a relationship and you're like, my person doesn't make me happy, then, you know, either A, break up with them and find happiness in your own, or realize that it's nobody's fucking responsibility but your own.
Yeah, your relationship partner shouldn't make you unhappy, but it damn sure isn't their whole fucking
Yeah,
job to make
they
you
shouldn't
happy.
make your life harder by any measure.
Yeah.
The one thing I was thinking about this cat thing is the cat, you were right, completely depends on her. Replace cat with baby and the entire dynamic changes.
Yeah.
Then it's like, of course you choose the baby.
Yeah, they're
fucking,
helpless. Same with the cat. They're a helpless creature.
I was upset at her responses and went home. I fully understand loving one's pet, but is it wrong to expect your partner to take their priority? I consistently chose her when the questions were reversed on me about whom I'd pick between.
Bitch, you got a dog? I doubt it.
It says, granted, I don't have a pet, but I felt like there was...
There you go.
I felt like there was no point in continuing a relationship with someone who clearly didn't value me as a partner, so I broke up with her via phone call yesterday morning. She is upset, and so am I. No, she asked me to take some time to think things over. She sounds like she's giving you a second chance for being a prick.
Also, look, there are some questions in life that when you ask other people, you are blatantly opening the door to getting your feelings hurt. Like if you look at your significant other and go, would you save your brother or me in a fire? It's gonna hurt your fucking feelings because you don't want to die in a fire. But also, like, that's their brother. They're probably gonna save their brother.
If you had to shoot me in one of my kidneys, my left or my right, which one would you choose? Oh, so you would shoot me in the kidney.
I can't believe you. Yeah,
you're the worst.
You're setting yourself up for failure here.
Yeah, that's why there was that meme of like the "Would you love me if I were a worm" meme.
Yeah, would you love me if I were a worm? Yes.
Probably not. You're a worm.
I'd put you in a little terrarium.
I really love those memes. It was a fucking hot week for that one.
Yeah, I like the worm one in particular. I'm a fan.
Do you have any more?
Yes. Am I the asshole for telling my son's girlfriend to break up with him? Initial thoughts.
Am I the asshole for telling my son's girlfriend to break up with him?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need a lot more context with that.
Nope, you have to make an initial judgment right now.
I'm gonna say the asshole.
Okay.
God, I need the context though, because like,
it's gonna happen. You just said
I'm
asshole.
combing through so many. I'm gonna say not the asshole. I'm
okay,
assuming
that this person.
Answer? I'm assuming that this person is a responsible adult who only cares about the safety and happiness of her son, and knows something that I don't. Therefore, she would go out of her way for this. No, I'm gonna say asshole. Asshole.
Is that your final answer?
Asshole. She's an asshole.
Dun dun dun. That's I think, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire sound. All right. Thank you. That's what it is. My son has been in a relationship with his girlfriend Lily for about 3 years now. The son and Lily are both 20, so they've been dating since they're like 17. I love my son, and I hate to say this, but he has not turned out to be a good person. He has very little work ethic, no desire to get a job or go to school, and spends most of his time just gaming or partying. Lily, on the other hand, is the polar opposite. She is very studious, has aspirations to be a doctor, is a great swimmer, and is currently away at college. My son and Lily first got together in high school. They were an excellent match. We loved having Lily over, and my son took way more care of himself then. Since then, it's rapidly deteriorated. I know my son still loves Lily, but he never gives her the attention that she deserves. And with her clear potential in life, I feel that she deserves better. When Lily came to visit a few days ago, she was visibly upset. When my son went to the store, I asked her if she was okay, and she told me that she didn't know what to do and wondered why my son had such little ambition and was so lazy. I told her I didn't see it changing anytime soon, as that is my view, given it's been going on for almost 2 years. When she asked what I would do in her situation, I told her to put herself first and put what she wanted first. Lily thanked me and said she'd think about things. Well, earlier today, my son comes downstairs in a rage, telling me that Lily broke up with him via text. Rough move, girl. I asked him what she said, and apparently the message referred to discussions with your mom that made her rethink the relationship. My son was livid that I'd gotten involved and said I'd overstepped boundaries. I told him that I didn't advise Lily to leave him, just that she should make her own choices and decide what was best for herself. My son is now not talking to me or my husband and is annoyed, believing that Lily left not of her own accord, but because we told her to. I miss having her around.
Dude, not the asshole.
Yeah, look,
This is why context is so important.
yes.
Because from one perspective, like upon reading that title, you think, oh, well, that's clearly an in-law being like, oh, you're not right for my son. But it was
Yeah.
the exact opposite.
Yeah, it was a whole lot of I don't think my son's right for you when you're trying to go places and he just wants to sit.
Yeah.
Which is like it's
Also,
you
I
know,
like that he still lives with his parents and is throwing a tantrum like, I'm not going to talk to you.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
that's
and it's like,
come
dog,
on, man.
you can make your own decisions in life, but here's the thing, so can she. And if she wants more out of her partner and you're not gonna give it, then you guys are not right for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I
that was
like,
an
oh
easy
my
one.
God, the first comment is kind of a douche though. The last sentence is too many young adults have little to no aspirations and are more concerned with living in the moment. And I'm like, I don't see that part's the problem.
That's weird, but okay.
Yeah, I don't really think that him like not wanting to
Sir, this is a
be
Wendy's.
look, not wanting to get a stupid fucking job or go to school, not like a new fucking concept in the
Right.
world. Spending all of your time gaming also not necessarily like a terrible thing, but if you can't give time and support to your significant other that like is an ambitious person, it's a different story.
Yeah.
It's like both of your life decisions aren't necessarily like horribly wrong. And also, if you're gonna throw a tantrum at your parents' house, get gainfully employed and moved out, dog.
Eh.
You know what I do think is funny though is when people get all annoyed at kids for like, I don't know, being like not being super driven or lazy or whatever, negative terminology they want to use. And I'm like, you're enabling your child.
Yeah. You've been over this too, where like you talked
Yeah.
about your
Yeah, like
uh
my dad was this was years ago. I think my brother now knows how to make meals for himself, but he was like beefing that my brother didn't know how to cook for himself. And I'm like, have you ever just not made him dinner?
or taught him how.
Yeah,
One of
or
those.
spent the time to teach him how. Yeah, my mom was going off about participation trophies, and I was like, "Hey, mom, when did participation trophies start becoming a thing?" And she told me like the time span, and I was like, "Were any of us adults at that point in time?"
Yeah, I love the participation trophy one. But yeah, like you were saying, as a lot of people are like, oh, the kids are so lazy. And you were lazy when you were a kid because
Yeah,
your parents talked about how lazy you were. That's just a
home
part
size.
of
Yeah,
growing up. And it would be a lot easier if we weren't at each other's throats because we just happened to be born at different times. It's
yeah.
weird
Like,
and wild.
do this crazy thing where we just help each other because we're all fucking humans on this earth struggling.
That's the problem is we live in a very fuck you got mine mindset
Yeah,
of a
and it's
country.
like, nah. Look at each other and be like, "Hey, I don't know if my kid's doing so well." And maybe talk to him and be like, "Hey, what's going on? Do you teach him a thing or two?"
Like, do you need any help? Like, do you want somebody to talk to? Don't give them a gun.
Yeah, and if he's just being an entitled son of a bitch, kick his ass out. He'll learn the shit of the world real quick.
Yeah, especially now. It's a lot harder now.
One of my favorite things is someone's parent. One time their kid was being a little shit, so they're like, "All right, you either get a job and you don't pay rent, or I kick you out." And they're like, "That doesn't make any sense." And he was like, "No, that's your choices. I kick you
Yeah,
out, or you get a job and you don't have to pay rent." And he was like, "How does that make any sense?" And he's like, "It doesn't have to. These are the conditions. You do something, you go to school, get a job, or I kick you out."
that'd be so nice to like just work and save up.
Dude, right? I
Ugh.
was like, damn, I'd pick the job and no rent real quick. He did eventually, but it just made me laugh.
Am I the asshole for refusing to apologize to a 7-year-old?
Ooh, ooh. Usually, probably, yeah, but also 7-year-olds can be demanding, so I don't know.
I mean,
I'm
the
gonna go with
implica-
if you're asking this fucking question, you're probably a dick. I'm going with asshole.
Yeah, the implication here is that apologizing is because something happened and you need to apologize. So if you're refusing to apologize for something you did wrong, yeah, you're an asshole, regardless of 7-year-old or not.
Yeah, also life wisdom, learn to apologize. It's an important skill.
Yeah.
It's okay to be wrong.
Yeah, we're wrong all the time. And we made a podcast out of it.
Yeah, we literally made a podcast out of being fucking wrong. Did you hear us debating whether a narwhal was a fucking whale or not? We're clearly not right, ever.
I think a Spinosaurus might be a fucking buffalo. Maybe.
It's obviously a buffalo
I'm not a scientist.
with little swimmy hands, because it looks like a fish when you put the skeleton at the right angle. All right, continue.
I had a Spinosaurus named Bob Dole. He was my favorite.
Rename it Bob Ross. What up?
No, Bob Dole.
Bob Dole.
Bob Dole. Myself and my 7-year-old son spent the night at my boyfriend's place with his 7-year-old daughter. It's a weird situation. We live in Texas. Oh. The home has a jacuzzi and connected pool.
It's a weird situation. We live in Texas. I accept this now.
Look, Texas is a country of its own.
Yes, it literally is. Maybe not literally, but vehemently close to its own. It tried to secede once or twice, didn't it?
The home has a jacuzzi and connected pool. We all 4 got in the hot tub and took turns hopping in the cool pool water. Cool pool water.
Say cool pool 5 times fast.
Cool pool.
All right, now say wait. No. This one. Say itty bitty titty committee in Little Italy 5 times fast.
Itty bitty titty committee in Little Italy.
Yeah, 5 times fast.
Itty bitty titty in Little Italy. Itty bitty titty committee in Little Italy. Yeah, super.
It's hard. I spent a week practicing to be able to go itty bitty titty committee in Little Italy, and it sounds if you say it too fast, it sounds like you're going lead.
My son cannot swim. He has autism. Well, I don't think autism causes not swimming.
My son can't swim. He's allergic to pineapple.
My son doesn't eat asparagus. He's colorblind.
My son doesn't know how to poop outside of diapers because he's allergic. He has celiac disease. My son can't drink coffee out of a mug because he has Munchausen's.
That could be kind of related, though.
I know. I was like, it could be a little bit close.
So his version of hopping, his version of hopping in was putting his legs on the pool step. All right, he went and did this as his daughter swam in the pool and we sat in the jacuzzi. The autistic 7-year-old son has a daughter is what this sentence is fucking structured like.
I love
Holy
you're
shit.
mad at grammar. Have you met the internet? There isn't grammar laws.
There should be. Just basic shit. My boyfriend encouraged him to get into the pool further. I said no, absolutely not. He was not wearing a puddle jumper. What?
It's fine. My son can't swim. He has glaucoma.
He can't eat pudding. He's a Fortnite player.
My son can't pass math class. He doesn't know what broccoli is.
He can't. My son can't go to Asia. He's never seen a cat before. We gotta bury this.
My son can't speak Spanish. He has 2 left feet.
No more. Okay. He encouraged him again, and as he started to go in the deep water, I screamed no. My son backed up on the step. It was terrifying for me. My heart was racing. I again said no, he can't go in without an adult. My boyfriend ignored me and again encouraged him. His daughter swam over and offered to hold his hand. I said, okay, he can step off to see if he can touch the ground. He did and was able to bobble from his tiptoes. My boyfriend said, see, and went on that I was overreacting and should be proud. He is willing to try something new. I said that it is a nice thought, but he can't swim. After a minute, I said, okay, that is enough. My son is not a strong kid. Wow, you have no faith in your kid. Every other thing is like
My son's
parentheses.
autistic. He can't be a bodybuilder.
The parentheses are he has autism. He was not wearing a puddle jumper. He's not a strong kid so far.
You're just shit talking your kid right now. Not a strong swimmer.
It's okay to
Has
be
zero
worried.
muscle mass.
My boyfriend again told me to relax. He's doing great and that I was being too overbearing. I said, you're only saying that because nothing bad has happened. And just as quickly as I said that, my son bobbled into a spot that was too deep and started going under. He was 3 feet from us, but a large ledge between us. God, your son sucks.
Okay, the use of bobbled is also really cracking me up.
Yeah, he went under and then back up, which is how swimming works. But he was 3 feet from us, but a large ledge between us. I'm the one who jumped out to save him, and in absolute terror, as I pulled him out, I screamed at my boyfriend, I fucking told you. His head had dunked under a couple times. He started coughing up the water he had sucked in. I rushed him inside and made sure he was okay. My boyfriend and his daughter soon followed. I was furious. I would not look at my boyfriend as he kept saying, see, he's fine. I was insistent he was not fine because he sucked in water. He was at risk for dry drowning. My boyfriend again downplayed it and said he was under long enough. What the
fuck is dry drowning?
Dry drowning is you can drown on land, like if you had kind of a drowning, because a lot of drowning ends up with no water in the lungs. It's basically your throat closes up and asphyxiates itself.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
She's not just
fallen
crazy
into water and have been taken out after taking in water through the nose and mouth. The muscles in your windpipe can become constrained to protect your lungs. Fucked up.
See, we're wrong and we're learning.
95% of children are fine after accidentally slipping underwater. It's important to be vigilant and aware of drowning symptoms.
He also inserted that I was not giving my son enough praise for trying something new. I asked to talk to him alone and chewed him out for undermining me in front of the kids. Sure, yeah, valid. He said he was sorry, but also said we learned our limit and know better next time. Sure. I felt like he wasn't taking any of it seriously and could have burst into flames. I was so angry. We moved on with our evening. A half hour later, my son declared he wanted to go to sleep. My son does not ever want to go to sleep because he watches Disney cartoons. I made that one up. I made that.
My son's autistic. He watches Disney.
My son does not ever want to go to sleep.
Sorry, he can't watch Disney.
I again expressed my concern about dry drowning, and my boyfriend again dismissed it, and his daughter parroted him. They both told me to relax. I co-slept with my son and woke up every hour to check on him. Around 6 a.m., he sat up and started crying, saying he didn't feel good. He started vomiting. Panicked, I grabbed my phone to call a doctor, and my phone was dead. My son had a fever, he was breathing rapidly, and he had vomited all over the bed, symptoms of dry drowning. My son was crying and saying, help me, help me, help me. I screamed for my boyfriend, but he was downstairs with white noise on. I ran downstairs and opened the back door and alerted him that we needed help, and my phone was dead. I grabbed a charger and ran back up upstairs. The charge was being slow. My son started vomiting again, and I screamed for my boyfriend to hurry with his phone. He finally came in and, in acting hassled, and reluctantly gave me his phone. I opened the Safari to Google the number to our 24-hour nurse line, and tab opened to a seeking arrangement account member since March 2020. Seeking arrangement?
Oh my god, there's so many layers to this. Like, I think seeking arrangements is like seeking people, as in like dating, or like
Why seeking arrangement and not just fucking Tinder? Seeking arrangement
I'm thinking,
account.
What's the word? Fuck, give me a second. Not a lady of the night, but when you hire an escort, thank you. That's seeking arrangements.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's what this is.
All right. So she found the tab open to a seeking arrangement account. Member since March 2020, last active the day prior. I dropped the phone out of shock. My boyfriend came back in and asked me why his phone was on the ground. I said I saw what was on there and dropped it. I looked at my phone, still dead, and turned back to him and said I still need it. Then he refused to give me the phone and asked me who I wanted him to call. Just then my phone lit up and I told him to get the fuck away from us. I called the nurse line and we made our way downstairs. My son fell asleep on the couch and his breathing was normal enough. I didn't feel 911 was necessary. My boyfriend came in and kept saying my son was fine and complaining that I had let him play with dirty leaves and that was probably why he was sick.
Dirty leaves. There's so much happening.
I could have drop kicked this man. As I was packing up my stuff, the excuses started coming out of the account. His therapist told him to do it to bait me. Well, that's toxic and gaslighting. My son vomited again, and as I was cleaning him, the nurse called. She talked me off the ledge and said he could be monitored at home. I waited until my son seemed stable enough, and then we left. He followed me out, asking if I was going to say goodbye to his daughter, who was still in bed, and I said, no, you talk to her. He called me later demanding I apologize to her for my reaction at the pool and leaving the way I did because it upset her. I overreacted and upset our children. I told him it was his responsibility to talk to her, not mine to apologize. He says I'm the asshole. This is a lot.
Okay, I gotta be honest, and this might be like you responding to the Munchausen's thing.
Yeah.
The dry drowning portion of the story sounds fabricated because it was then followed by very specific details about his fucking escort account.
Yeah.
And it sounds like, hi, this is the totally legitimate reasons why I looked through my boyfriend's phone, because also I would have looked through my boyfriend's phone for when his account started and when it was last used while I'm emergency calling the hospital about my child.
No.
Dog, if I'm emergency using your phone, I probably wouldn't look at the first fucking thing that pops up. I'd do a quick swipe going to the next fucking internet outlet I'm looking for.
Now, I do agree with you about a lot of the story seems to be fluffed up, potentially fabricated to justify other things. However, we're not here for that. We're here to judge whether this person is an asshole for refusing to apologize to a 7-year-old. Let's pretend, because honestly none of it mattered, that all this autistic kid drowning stuff didn't happen. Let's pretend that she just found the app because she was snooping on her boyfriend's phone, that found the seeking arrangements, and then she got pissed and left. Not apologizing to the 7-year-old because the 7-year-old was upset that her boyfriend and his girlfriend were fighting because he's a cheater. That's not on her.
No, not an asshole for not touching base with the 7-year-old, because
which
also,
is the title.
Even if all or none of this is true, that portion of this story is so deeply irrelevant to all of the other fucking info drops. No, you're not a dick for not talking to the 7-year-old after you found out your boyfriend was cheating in your weird toxic fucking relationship with your kid that can't swim because he's apparently autistic and doesn't know how to swim, and those two things are related.
A lot of people are saying, like, I'm a mom with a 7-year-old with autism. Wow, everybody has a 7-year-old autistic kid. I don't know what it is.
It's she said, friggin' epidemic.
You should have a safety vest on your son who cannot swim if you're by the water. Agreed.
Yeah, valid, dude. Your kid shouldn't be in the fucking water if he doesn't have a safety vest.
Everybody kind of sucks here except for the kids. I mean, I was kind of with the boyfriend at first of, like, you know, encouraging the kid and, you know, being more supportive because it did sound overbearing as shit.
Yeah.
If any of her story was true, she was kind of justified when the shit started to go. But being the overbearing kind of parent, it sounds like this is the kind of thing that she would also fucking fabricate.
And here's my thing.
Exaggerate.
If the little girl 7-year-old is encouraging your kid to go in the water and he's down, why would you not just like hop into the pool and then be the parent that's immediately, like the adult that's immediately monitoring? Like they're not... She said they're 3 feet away.
Yeah.
Like, you're hardcore being too much. You're helicopter parenting.
You're going out of your way to
putting boundaries
be
on your kid for the sake of putting boundaries on your kid instead of letting him be a person that exists.
Yeah. But again, all of that was weirdly put there, like, right before finding out that your boyfriend uses escorts. And again,
Yeah.
the
No,
7-year-old
100% that was.
apologizing is irrelevant as fuck.
Yeah, this whole thing was fabricated to be like, my boyfriend cheated on me. Sympathy.
Yeah.
Sympathy? Oh my god, this whole thing was ridiculous. You're all assholes. Everybody's an asshole except for these 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for giving my girlfriend the silent treatment because she killed a bug?
I'm going to say yes with assumptions.
So yes, an asshole?
Yes, asshole for us. No, sorry. No, not an asshole. If you're
not an asshole.
Yeah, like if you found like a rare fucking, ooh, look at this like beautiful orchid mantis I found, and she just goes, ha, and like fucking high fives it like a jock. And then you're like kind of upset. Not really an asshole.
I love for circumstances.
Like I said, for assumptions only.
All right. Am I the asshole for giving my girlfriend the silent treatment because she killed a bug? I was hanging out with my girlfriend in my room yesterday. She said she saw a fly crawling around on my desk. Asked me to kill it. I said I don't like killing bugs. So I said I'd just open the window and shoo it out. Before I could do so, my mom called me downstairs for something. So I told her I'd be back and not to kill the fly. I was back 5 minutes later and my girlfriend informed me she had crushed the fly and laughed while she told me. This upset me. I don't like killing bugs and I explicitly told her not to and she did it. I told her that I was upset and she rolled her eyes and said she didn't get the big deal since it was just a bug. Since then, I haven't felt like talking to her. She got angry and texted me that I was the asshole for being so upset and ignoring her over a bug.
Is this for like a writing class? None of this makes sense. Are you Gandhi?
He's the next Dalai Lama.
I am against killing bugs. Listen. Every step you take, you're killing thousands of organisms. That's just
every
existing.
Every step you take, every move you make, you'll be killing shit.
When you wash the dishes, you're killing millions of bacteria. Like, it's... Like, I'm not saying...
Hand sanitizer, millions of deaths.
I'm not saying, like, fucking load up and go on a bug killing spree. That's also weird, but worrying about a fly of all things is negligible. Unless, again, you're training to be the next Dalai Lama and you believe that killing a fly means that in your next life you're going to go down a grade, which is totally a religious belief, and I support you, I guess.
But also, you didn't kill it. Someone else did.
Yeah, so fucking pull up your Pampers.
You're going to be all right. It's like forcing veganism on other people.
Yeah, be vegan. It's okay. It's okay to not eat meat. It's fine. A lot of vegetarian dishes fucking slap, but...
They're incredible. One of the best meals I've ever had was gluten-free and vegan. And it was cheesy pasta made with fake cheese and a fucking pizza with little edible flowers on it. And it was straight up one of like my top 3 favorite meals I've ever eaten in life.
Favorite meals, cardboard for Rachel. But you can't insert yourself into a situation and then be a black hole of fun because of something you're against.
Like be a black hole of fun to this fly murder.
Well, I was talking about vegans in general. Just
I know. It was just funny.
Like, people are going to do their own thing. You just kind of have to let them. If it's not infringing on you, stop. Speaking of...
I think you could maybe, like, express why you're upset. I don't think we need to give someone the silent treatment for killing a fly.
Now, on my way to work every morning, I do pass by a Planned Parenthood, and there is an old man outside with a sign that says "Pray to end abortion," and I do let him do his thing.
You let him pray?
I do also point and laugh at him every fucking morning. He recognizes me now. But that's
your own private thing.
Yeah. He started
between you and him.
He started at first giving me the Kubrick stare, you know, like the Stanley Kubrick movies, like Full Metal Jacket and A Clockwork Orange, where like they have like this sinister stare. He was doing that to me for like weeks, and now he kind of like just points back and waves because he thinks he's winning me over with positivity or something. I don't know. But it's raining hard right now, and it makes it way funnier.
That's fucking hilarious.
Like, it's funny because it's you're the most removed person from abortion. You are a white dude who's old as fuck, and you obviously don't have a job because you're there every morning.
Every day.
So, like, you're the last... You're never, ever, ever, ever going to have an abortion. So, maybe your opinion doesn't mean shit right here, right now.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't fucking matter, dog.
Anyway, I'm going to say asshole, yes. He's an asshole.
Yeah, I'm going to say you're an asshole, too. One of my favorite comments on this is, you should see a doctor because this is fucking psychotic. Also, okay, I have one more that I feel that we should read because I feel like maybe this is about Jasmine.
Ooh.
Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law it's rude to crochet everywhere? My sister-in-law... Wait, no, hold on. Tell me yes or no before I continue.
What specifically did she tell her? It's rude to crochet
Am I
everywhere?
the asshole for telling my sister-in-law it's rude to crochet everywhere?
I'm going to say yes.
Do you have reasons why, or are you just feeling it out?
Sorry, I'm saying the wrong thing. I'm going to say it's okay to say it's rude to crochet everywhere.
Oh, so you're saying this person isn't an asshole because
Correct.
It is all right to tell them it's rude to crochet in every circumstance.
Yes,
okay.
Not an asshole.
All right.
Because I feel like everywhere is not the time to crochet.
I would agree with that. I think there are circumstances in which it is inappropriate to be crocheting.
I also feel like crochet is such a vibe, and I feel like a lot of situations is going to bring the vibe down. Like, Jasmine has never once come to a Halloween party and started crocheting.
To be honest, I wouldn't be upset if Jasmine started crocheting at a Halloween party. But if Jasmine showed up at a funeral and in the middle of someone's eulogy was crocheting, I'd be like, hey, babe, maybe this isn't the time.
Maybe pack it up.
I know she shows me her crochet and it's like half their face. She's like, I'm crocheting.
One more like it's hilarious to go to like a party where everybody's drinking and they're turned up. They're turned and on fleek. I'm saying it is weird and funny to go.
Are old words.
I know, but which is funny because I'm saying like you wouldn't start crocheting at one of those parties. It'd be hilarious, but maybe not appropriate.
Have you ever heard of this? This is something I learned about recently.
It is bringing the mood down. Crocheting is for like kids are doing puzzles and there's a fireplace going.
This is something
and
I
it
learned
smells
about
like cinnamon.
Recently. Have you ever heard of people live painting, like at a wedding?
Live painting?
Yeah, people will like, instead of hiring a photographer, they'll hire like a live painter that will really quickly like paint whatever the scenery is that's going on.
Bitch, that's just a painter. Why is it live painting?
Cause it's rich people shit. I don't know, man. It probably costs a lot of fucking money. But what if
Live
she's live
painting?
crocheting her life?
Not dead painting?
Well, no, instead of like really formal, like we're sitting in a particular location and staring at you while you paint us for the next 3 hours, she's like they're quickly like painting a scene.
See, I wish I knew this. I wish I knew this for my wedding, because I would have gotten one of those sketchbook artists for like courtroom murders.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Too little, too late.
Yeah, you can hire live wedding painters of various skill levels.
Baloney.
Anyway, so what if she's live crocheting is my point here.
Live crocheting.
Live crocheting. She's just crocheting a scene.
You'd have to be a fast crocheter to like
oh my god. You'd have to really have it locked in mentally. All right, my sister-in-law does crochet. It's literally become her personality. Literally.
They
didn't put it twice. I just like when people say literally out of context, out of the context it should be used. I do it often. I think it's funny.
Well, no, because she is saying I tell my sister she's rude for crocheting everywhere because she's crocheting literally everywhere. I feel like that's fine. Like she's
Well,
doing
it
it at the
depends.
DMV, at the grocery store.
Well, we haven't figured that out yet. We don't know if it's literally or
That's
not.
true. I agree with you, but I would say that this situation I feel is closer to the actual literal definition of literal
Well,
than it
let's
is
see. Let's
figuratively.
fucking find out. It's
Okay.
literally become her personality. She started doing it after her and my brother experienced a second trimester loss earlier in the year. Okay, good coping thing. Now she does it everywhere. I work in the same place she does. I've seen her crocheting at her desk during her breaks and lunch. My brother says it's how she relaxes. Apparently, it keeps her calm and keeps her mind busy. Every week or so, we have family dinners over at my parents' house. Since sister-in-law has been crocheting, she brings it with her. She sits in the corner after dinner working on a project. My brother often sits with her and they'll talk quietly. Both her and my brother are quite introverted. If she ends up sitting with my wife or another sister in law, she's crocheting. I recently invited her and my brother to watch a film at mine, and again, she was sat crocheting through the film. It's rude because she's not paying attention to anyone. Tonight, my brother posted a picture of them where they were having a couple drinks in the pub. Yet again, she was crocheting. It was on the table in the picture. In the comments, she was joking with her friends that she'll be able to see where on her whip that she got drunk as it'll all be drop stitches and she'll have to start again. Her social media is full of posts about crocheting, about what she's working on, the yarn or pattern she's bought, or the trips that she and my brother are going to take for specific yarn stores. I've had enough of her being rude, and I commented under the post that it was rude that she kept crocheting everywhere and she needed to stop being so antisocial all the time. She didn't comment back, but one of her friends did tell me to fuck off, and that she can crochet wherever she damn well pleases. I responded by saying, in that case, crocheting is banned in my house, so she'll have to socialize in future. My brother deleted my comments before my sister-in-law even saw them. I know this because he told me when he messaged me telling me I was being a prick and her crocheting wasn't hurting anyone. He said that she's currently crocheting all the time because she's making gifts for family and friends. Bullshit, because we don't do gifts for adults in the family anymore. He told me that they wouldn't be coming around anymore until I apologized. I'm not apologizing because it's rude.
I'm gonna say not the asshole.
Really?
I'm gonna say she's a shit cunt. Cause what the fuck?
What?
Like, whether or not like crocheting is her whole personality and that's annoying, whatever, doing all that, but it boils down to this person is mad that not everybody's giving her attention. And I know people like this where I'm introverted.
Wait, I'm sorry. You're saying the poster is a shit cunt?
Yes. The
Okay,
poster's
but
a
you're
shit
saying
cunt.
the crochet lady was a shit cunt, and I was like, what the fuck?
No. The
Alright, this
poster
makes more sense. Continue.
I'm just saying like not the asshole because it deserves a word beyond asshole.
Yes,
Like
they're a
whether
shit
or
cunt.
not
I
this
got
person,
you.
like whether or not the crocheter has this personality, whatever. It's if you replace crochet with phone, that's me. That's like
Yeah,
if I'm
that's
at
most human
if
beings.
I go to somebody who I don't really relate to house and I'm like, kind of playing puzzle games on my phone, that's what I do. I've got this fucking dope puzzle game app. I'll fucking tell you guys it in a second. But it's like I play this game just to calm myself and it's what I do.
Also, if you look at pictures of people in a bar, their phone's probably on the table. It's the same shit.
Yeah. But it's yeah, puzzle games are a thing that I do, and I do it during movies too. Like it's an ADHD and introvert thing. It's just happening.
Also, it's not like you can't talk while you're fucking crocheting.
Yeah, but like this person is, I don't know why extrovert, like it's not bad to be introverted or extroverted, but it's bad to like hate the other one for shitty things. Like
For dumb fucking shit. Let the people crochet.
let people be introverted. Just let people do their thing.
Right.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
My favorite
You're
thing.
gonna be fine.
Somebody posted a thing of like, how come every article ever is just like, hey introverts, here's how to talk to people and get out of your shell, and it's never like, hey extroverts, here's how to be quiet and fucking
Stop
reflect
being a little
for a change.
asshole. Yeah.
But I would like to recommend this puzzle app for everybody. It's the best puzzle app ever.
What
It's called Simon Tatham's Puzzles. Tatham is Tatham. Simon
Okay.
Tatham's Puzzles. It's a free app. It's got like 20 fucking brilliant puzzles that are like customizable for difficulty and sizes, and it's 1,000% free, no in-app purchases, no ads whatsoever. It's the best fucking thing. It does have a little bit of a learning curve. It is kind of hard to learn because some of them are just like Sudoku, some of them are like the lights out puzzles.
Oh, I got you.
But it's a lot of different puzzles, and some of them are kind of hard to learn. But once you learn them, it's infinitely replayable. I love this shit. But every time I go anywhere that I don't want to, or end up somewhere where people are talking around me, I'm fucking glued to this bitch because there's so many things.
Motherfucking puzzles.
Simon Tatham's puzzles, great. Anyway, this person's just a shithole for fucking being mad that introverts aren't giving them their undivided attention all the fucking time. You're
Dude, for
rude.
real, like, chill the fuck out. You can talk to her while she does her fucking crochet. Have you asked her what she's crocheting, you ass wipe?
Have you tried to dip your toe in their world?
Have you tried crocheting? Huh?
I hate it because, like, I'm an introvert and I'm doing my own thing, and people will, like, you know, kind of ask, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I would tell them, and then they would just kind of disregard it. They're like, "Oh, yeah, I don't do that. I don't play that. That's silly." And it's
okay.
You're a piece of shit. Get out of my life. I don't have time for you. I'm an adult. I pay taxes.
Yeah, I can do whatever I goddamn well please. I can play.
I'm over
puzzles on my
30.
phone
I have
or
to get my
crochet.
cholesterol checked. Fuck off.
Leave me alone. Ah, Jesus. All right. Well, that's all I got for this week.
Well, that's all I have for this week too.
Fabulous.
Let's do some new tunes. We have new
Yeah,
tunes at home.
we did app suggestions. Let's do some new.
Jesus Christ.
I was trying to come up with another word for tunes. Tunes. New tunes. Ah, fuck. Anyway.
This week I'm gonna do a throwback. I'm gonna recommend
Okay.
Death by Stereo, hardcore punk band back in like the 90s to early 2000s. They're fucking great. I think they're still making music. They are. I'm recommending Looking Out for Number One. It's a great band, and it's if you haven't heard of them and you're into like the punk music at all, you're gonna be like, why the fuck have I never heard of these people before? Because they're that fucking good. Like, a lot of it sounds like, and a lot of people are gonna be mad with me by saying this, but a lot of it sounds like System of a Down meets My Chemical Romance.
Ooh, okay.
Like, if you're like me and you don't limit yourself to one genre of music and you listen to a bunch of different music, you start to see similarities and patterns in genres you wouldn't expect to relate to.
Yeah.
And like some of these songs
the fun shit.
Yeah, that's my favorite part, is like going, oh, this sounds like this far off genre and this other far off genre, not in their music styles, but just like the way that they play their instruments, the way that they're singing, their vocals, how it like the melodies, it reminds me of these other like two artists. And that's awesome. Death by Stereo, Looking Out for Number One.
Death by Stereo, Looking Out for Number One. I'm caught between two suggestions. Oh, actually, you know what?
Yeah.
I have a fantastic suggestion for you. Ruby Waters is a fantastic artist. Supernatural, fantastic song. That is my suggestion of the week.
Supernatural.
Yes, her voice is exceptional. I don't even really know what genre of music to describe her as. Will the internet tell me? Literally the first thing that comes up is Ruby Waters breaks genre definition with song Supernatural.
God, I
so
hate
that
that.
fucking helps.
I mean, Google classify her as alternative indie, but like a thing I hate about alternative indie is that it's
everything.
It's
it can be
used
anything.
to be like it's used to be like, well, they're not country and they're not rock and they're not
So here it
strictly
is.
electronic,
Yeah.
so alternative indie.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. I feel like a lot of artists, I'm like, ooh, this is a very specific sound, always classifies under alternative indie. Like, fucking put in the work. Make up a new genre if you have to.
Yeah, for real. Can we come up? Yeah. But anyway, Ruby Waters, I think her voice is exceptional. Her sound's pretty distinct. Like, I don't feel like I've really heard that same thing repeated in her particular style. To be
Dope.
specific. Like, it's Yeah. Anyway, Ruby Waters, Supernatural, good song. Enjoy.
It sounds good, and I can't wait to listen to it.
Yep.
As you cannot wait to listen to Death by Stereo.
Hell yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you for listening. If you liked what you heard or you just fucking hate us, please like, subscribe, and download on whatever your most favorite is podcasting places. If you want us to talk about a thing, suggest a song, ask us for advice, really anything. You can also send us some more Viagra ads. We'll read those too. Email us at WHTPAH@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at We Have That Podcast at Home. Or follow us on WHTPAH on Blue Sky. That's WHTPAH for Gmail and Blue Sky. Next week, we will be tackling the fine art of Rachel doesn't know how to fucking open a wheel ahead of time ever. And we're going to smack her until she figures that out. Speaking of, we'll be tackling the fine art of comedy.
Yay, comedy.
Yay!
More Am I the Assholes, it feels like. Well, I've been off-brand Gamage.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part. And I've been off-brand Rachel, and this has been We Have That Podcast at Home. Love you, bye! I'm stopping.
I know you're stopping. I just wish you stopped sooner.